Millions of people take creatine every day now, not just athletes. What most of them do not know is that the same molecule is quietly doing something inside their own brain right now, whether they take it or not. That effect turned out strong enough that in 2025, doctors tested it on Alzheimer's patients. And within 8 weeks, something in their brains had measurably changed. Let's decode what creatine actually does inside your body. Number one, your body already makes this and stores most of it in one place. Creatine is a small molecule built from 3 amino acids, the same building blocks your body uses to make protein. Your liver, kidneys, and pancreas produce it on their own, using those amino acids as raw material. You also get it directly from meat and fish. About 95% of it ends up stored in your skeletal muscle. A small remaining amount sits in your brain and other tissues. Number two, in your muscles, it works as a fast backup battery. Your cells run on a molecule called ATP, but you only keep a tiny reserve of it on hand at any moment. During short, intense effort, like a sprint or a heavy lift, that reserve runs out in seconds. This is where creatine comes in. It is stored as phosphocreatine, and it can hand off a phosphate group almost instantly to regenerate ATP. That refuels your muscles faster than any other system in your body. This is why creatine is one of the most studied supplements in sports science. The mechanism is fast, direct, and well documented. Number three, here is why doctors tried it on Alzheimer's patients in the first place. Your brain runs on the exact same emergency system as your muscles. Neurons are some of the most energy-hungry cells you have. They use the identical phosphocreatine system to keep ATP available during demanding mental work. Creatine can cross into your brain, though far less easily than into muscle, since the blood-brain barrier limits how much gets through. This matters most when brain energy is already under strain. In small pilot studies, people dealing with sleep deprivation perform better on cognitive tasks after taking creatine, likely because a tired brain is, at its core, an energy-short brain. A small trial in Alzheimer's patients found improved memory and thinking scores after 8 weeks of supplementation, alongside an actual measured increase in brain creatine levels. That study only had 20 participants and no control group. It is an early signal, not proof, but it points in a consistent direction with the muscle research. Number four, getting it into your brain may take more than getting it into your muscle. Here is a detail worth knowing if you eat little or no meat. Vegetarians and vegans typically have 20 to 30% lower creatine stores in their muscles than meat eaters, simply because plant foods contain essentially none of it, unlike meat and fish. When vegetarians do supplement, the improvements researchers measure in strength and in memory tend to be more pronounced than in people who already eat plenty of meat, precisely because they are starting from a lower baseline with more room to rise. Because the blood-brain barrier blocks most creatine from entering, researchers studying brain effects have often used higher doses than the ones typically used for muscle and strength goals. If your only aim is athletic performance, standard doses already work well, backed by decades of research. If you are specifically curious about the brain research, know that it is still early. The amounts studied there are not yet firmly established. Either way, creatine remains one of the most tested supplements available. Its safety record holds up even at higher doses over long periods. Pairing it with a meal containing carbohydrates can also help your muscles absorb it slightly more efficiently, a small practical detail that costs nothing to apply. So the same molecule that powers a heavy set at the gym is running the exact same emergency backup system inside your skull, just with a much narrower door to get through. One story, two organs, and research that is still catching up to just how far that story goes. Check out our video on sugar. We walked through how your body generates everyday energy. Creatine is a completely different, much faster system running underneath that one. Comment below, did you know creatine was doing anything at all in your brain? Or did you only know it as a gym supplement?